Nat.
Hello, y'all. Howdy, howdy. My name's Nat, or I guess EnviroNat, if you want to be all formal and all that. But yeah, today I'm going to be showing off one of my favorite games, Link's Awakening 2019, via glitchless any percent. And yeah, I will just get started here. So actually, I have technically started my very first trick. Where this file I have set up here is actually a product of we did some RNG manipulation in order to pick out a particular seed where I can figure out the solution of two puzzles. For the timing, I'm going to click on this, and then once I press start, and the screen goes black, you can start the timer. And then I can explain more of this trick as we go on. But yeah. Okay, ready, set, and go. So yeah, so the little trick that we did here is, so there are two puzzles in this game for those who have played it, where there's one in Angler's Tunnel, where you have to, there's like 5 different little spots where you have to figure out the order, and then that one's not as bad to figure out on your own. But then there's one at the end, for those who have played with the Windfish, where you have a random path that you have to figure out. In the original game, there's only 4 paths options. So that makes it a little easier where you can just like kind of figure out which one it is. Whereas in this one, I'm not sure how many combinations there are, but definitely more than 4. I want to say it's over 100. And actually the way that the game, like you figure out, or the game like determines your seed, is the difference between whenever you switch on your console and you pull up the game. And so the way that the community can set up a file is you restart the console and have a timer set for -60. And you start it as soon as the console goes to black. And then once it pulls up, you press the game around, say, -35 seconds in. And then that will, say, determine your seed. And you're hoping to aim for 4 potential combinations. Thankfully, once you have that set up, you are graciously allowed to upload files using the same seed. So I know exactly what solutions I have for the 2, and that I will be using for this. And yeah, so this is where we just kind of get started. Also, the grunt at the very beginning where you wake up, that is also random, where you can kind of determine what seed you have if you've done this a lot and happen to recognize grunts very well. But yeah. Anyway, Abby, do we have any donations at this time? I'm just going to be wondering this for us.
Thank you for throwing over to me. We have some lovely donations that are both also towards some of our targets and polls we've got going.
Ooh.
So fabulous. We have a lovely $10 donation by BM's Bub that says, Raf is back! Good luck to everyone involved and thanks for such a great marathon. Thank you, for donating your wonderful money towards a fantastic cause. And we also had a $5 donation from You Done Goofed, saying, may have left to go and eat breakfast, but here's good luck from past me, because you're going to crush this run, Nat. Wicked.
Aww.
And I fully agree. And both of those lovely donators, I put their money towards the lesbian couple in Haven, the game coming up next. Lesbian is winning all the way at the moment. And also towards the target of cook/eat the Sheikah Slate and Paraglider. So we need $500 raised up in the next 14 hours to be able to cook and eat the Sheikah Slate and Paraglider. And I'm very invested in eating a Sheikah Slate right now. So I'd like to meet that. And if you've got strong opinions on what couple you'd like in this bid war coming up for Haven, you better get in there quick because it ends after this run, just at the start of Happy Bear's run. So thank you, Nat.
Awesome. And I realized that I did not introduce the lovely person who is here with me and Abby. So, Bacon, if you want to do a little introduction of yourself, go for it.
Totally okay. Hi, I'm Bacon. I like Zelda games as well. I'm not as talented. I can't speedrun games, but I will happily hang out with people speedrun them. Big fan of Link's Awakening, big fan of Wind Waker, Twilight Princess. Love those games. I've played them billions of times. That's how I met Nat, actually. So happy to be here. Happy to be here for a good cause.
Nice.
I'm so grateful that you're here with me. Yeah, Bacon is one of my dear streamer friends, but just an amazing person and friend, and loves Zelda games, so I figured why not invite an amazing person to be here to hold my hand virtually. So, yeah.
And if you like Zelda, Marathon's got a lot of Zelda in it, I have to say. It's a very popular Zelda run game, I guess. But we've got Twilight Princess coming up, Bacon, later on in the marathon. I think you'll be interested. It's 100% versus any percent relay. It's going to be fun.
I saw that in the program. I am looking forward to that.
Lots of exciting things coming up. A Skyward Sword race as well soon. All the exciting things. I love the art style of this game. I say it every time you play it, Nat, and I will continue to say it because I really enjoy the art style.
It is 90% of why I chose to learn to speedrun of it, just because I just genuinely love this game so much and just find it so adorable. The sound effects are great, the music's great, the movement's great. The quality of life aspects too, added from the original, is also just phenomenal. I actually just recently played through at least the DX version, just in the last 2 weeks. And it was so fascinating to see the differences between the two, since I had this game in my as the one that I know first and foremost. But yeah. And also it was really fun where I basically played it where I just did this route and saw how far can we get in the original game using the 2019's glitchless any percent route. So I'm happy to point out the differences, but weirdly you can do most of it. Because
really?
there is some aspects that we do, we do choose a route for a certain reason here. Just to save some time, but I was surprised that I was able to do that. Okay, here. Hopefully we catch this Yoshi doll, because it can be absolute pain, just like any other crane game in real life.
It's realistic, at least.
It really is. Annoyingly so. And okay, we nailed it. Thank God, because that's such a stressor whenever it doesn't work. And of course, it's okay, if it were to do it, it would be in a marathon run, it wouldn't work. So we actually get this Yoshi doll. You might be wondering, why are we getting this Yoshi doll? Which also, this is a Zelda game. Why is there a Yoshi doll in here? So those are 2 points that I will answer in a second. But the first one is, we have to get this because there's this kind of unique trading sequence throughout this game where you are meant to be giving off all these objects people are just looking for. And that is technically how you find out that is how you find out the solution of the maze at the very end of the game, which I tell you that we did the RNG manipulation in order to determine the seed. So we don't have to do the entire thing, because the entire sequence will give you that final answer. But since we don't need that, or since we can skip that, we don't have to do that. But we do have to do some elements of it. And so first we get that Yoshi doll and give it to a mother who wants to give it to her kid, who then gives us a bow, and this little Bow Wow really wants a bow and gives us dog food as a thank you. And and now we will go off to our first dungeon, because then we will then hand off the dog food. We will eventually stop the sequence in a little bit, but yeah. And then the second component of why there is a Yoshi doll in here is that actually this is not a Nintendo-made Zelda game, if my language is correct there. It's one of those that is just Capcom, I believe, is the one who created this game. So it's almost like a fever dream of a fan-made game. So there's going to be some enemies that you're familiar with in here that you're just not in the Zeldaverse, though. So
I'm very excited. It's my favorite part of this game, I think.
Yeah, and there's some cute little Easter eggs involved with it as well.
Other than the art style, of course.
Alright, and that'd be the first split. If I were to be running. I actually do have my splits up, but I definitely did not actually start my timer, so it's fine. It's mostly just so I can know those final patterns at the end, since it is a very long string of directions that I have yet to memorize. So this first dungeon, I honestly think is probably one of the best intro dungeons, at least in a Zelda game, that I've seen. It's just such a it's a very user-friendly. It gives you a nice little gist of things. You get a great item. And yeah. I overall approve of this as a first dungeon.
Mm-hmm. I know I've asked you this question before, Nat, but do you have a favourite dungeon within the game? I know that you said you.
I know you've asked me this, and I continuously think about it. I do actually. I mean, it sounds like a dumb answer to say that this first dungeon is just like very satisfying.
No, I get that though. Yeah.
But I do. There are some other dungeons that I like, but I really enjoy. Like, it's very satisfying to like nail the movements, but then is not the final boss is like really awful. So this is kind of fun where you can just walk between those two at that certain point, and you don't have to worry about waiting for them.
I do like. Sometimes the first dungeons, although simpler, they're very satisfying. I can understand what you're saying for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly find a lot of the maps and dungeons in this game very, very satisfying.
Yeah.
I find like flying through a lot of the dungeons in this game, surprisingly.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, there are so... Okay.
Yeah.
So many dungeons in this game anyway. There's going to be 8 total. And we do have to complete every single one of them in order to get all the instruments to wake up the windfish. Though we do actually... Oh, go ahead, Abby.
I was going to say, if I remember correctly, do you do half of some dungeons and then come back to them later?
Same brain cell, yeah. I was just going to say, So we mostly do run through them in order, although there are 2 dungeons that we leave early and then come back at the end to finish. And we do them for 2 different both of them have for 2 different reasons why we do it. The first dungeon that will do that is D4, or Angler's Fish, or Angler's Tunnel, I mean. We get the flippers and then we leave. Because if we finish this dungeon, if we finish the dungeon right after that, it actually, the game, like, will trigger another main sort of quest that if you don't finish it and come back to it, it doesn't, like, you don't have to do it. So if you finish it, you walk out and you have a little ghosty friend.
I like a little ghosty friend.
Cool. Clean. And yeah, with a ghosty friend, you want to help out, but like, it's kind of like the whole like, like, is a ghosty friend actually in need if she doesn't show up? You know what I mean? Like, you can just pretend that she's not actually in need if like, but yeah.
Yeah.
And if like the ghosty friend shows up, that's a lot of time because we can't progress at all. But if we do it at the end, she doesn't show up. And then we also skip Eagle's Tower. We leave Eagle's Tower early.
Neat.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Clean. All right. And oh yeah, that was Burger Boy. Hi and bye, Burger Boy. Technically, let us Burger Boy, but yeah. But yeah, we leave Eagle's Tower early because there's just a cutscene that we miss. I don't even know what the cutscene is, honestly. But yeah, and here's our first instrument, which is supposedly a cello.
Woo! It's my favourite thing, collecting all the instruments up.
They're adorable.
Would this be a good time to sneak in a couple of donations now?
Yes, please, by all means, go ahead.
Lovely. We've got lots of the community coming and very generously giving some donations towards Planned Parenthood. Don't forget !donate in chat. And also, don't forget to select in your incentives. So select your polls and targets. That's all part of what you're donating already. It doesn't cost any extra, so don't forget to do that. We had a lovely $10 donation from Marley that says, "Go, Nat, go! Go, Raph, go!" And I hope I shouted that in capital letter.
I'm so surprised that he was kind about it.
We also had a donation, a $10 donation from Alice Hughes that says, "Thank you for preparing this event. I'm so happy to be there live for it." And Alice also put that towards the target. And don't forget that target is, in Breath of the Wild later on, to cook or eat the Sheikah Slate and Paraglider. Very invested, and I really want to see this happen. So don't forget to donate. And thank you for letting me interrupt you, Nat.
Anytime, Abby. Yeah, anytime you or Bacon want to interrupt me, by all means. I mean, I'm Just gonna be doing my thing for 2 hours here. So.
I've always
I'm
found the
enjoying-
fact that I'm so sorry. I've
No,
always
go
enjoyed
ahead.
The fact that you can bring this crocodile fruit, and he'll bring you fruit. I love it. I love it. There's fruit everywhere. I love the item quest.
Yeah,
That's
it's so cute. So that was actually one difference I noticed between the DX game and this was I actually had to continue the trading sequence longer than anticipated because as we'll see, about an hour in, we gather Marin to wake up a walrus. But in the DX game, since I only traded up to a certain point, Marin doesn't actually. You have to continue to sequence a little bit in order for Marin to like move to where she needs to be for you to gather her, I guess. Which is really interesting because I was just so confused for a second there, being like, I did all the things. Like, why is she not there? But yeah. But it goes on a while. Like, it's honestly really impressive how long they made it.
I remember watching you do that.
Yeah,
It's not
being
the
so
same.
lost.
What am I supposed to do?
I know my brain just stopped working. It was just like, wait, how do I casually play a game? I don't understand. Like,
Bacon, if you don't mind me mentioning, I do believe that you do some really awesome cosplays because I think I've joined a stream of yours before and seen an awesome cosplay. What is your favorite like Zelda character?
My favorite. Well, I haven't. I love Sheik. Sheik was.
Yeah.
Since I was a little kid, I always wanted to cosplay Sheik, and I actually got that commissioned about a year ago. So I'm actually pretty well known for popping up live dressed up as Sheik. I would love to go to some Comic-Cons or something like that dressed up as Sheik. I think that would be interesting. But
That
another
is
one
so awesome.
the one I'm most known for is showing up as Tingle.
I was about to say,
I love the
I've
Tingle
come
one.
into your stream as and you've been Tingle before. Yes.
I did some crazy things with Tingle, not just like regular Tingle. I even did like a horror version of Tingle. I did like some SFX makeup with it. I like to get fancy. I'll throw confetti all over the place. Sometimes I'll have balloons. Suck the helium out of it for fun. Because who doesn't want to hear Tingle with a high voice?
Exactly.
Yeah,
right?
that's just so fitting.
Exactly.
So that's so good. Yeah, Bacon's so good at her cosplays. Plus, also just gaming in general. Because I feel like you're also very variety streamer, but also just like, of course, Zelda enthusiast.
Yes. I tried to speak with Zelda, and it's so hard. There's so many games out there that I just love so much.
Yeah, I know. I feel that so much too. Because like, I know that I do speedruns as well. Like, obviously, I'm doing a speedrun, but I also feel like I do a lot of first playthroughs. I feel like that's almost majority of my content is first playthroughs. So, which is fun to balance with speedrunning because, you know, being good at runs usually involves way more time and practice than I am. Come on, Bow Wow, eat it. There we go. So yeah, it's a fun balancing act. I completely get that.
It's a whole mood.
As of recently, I have been playing through the Resident Evil series for the first time.
Oh, amazing.
And that has been a time and a half. I actually got to meet Lady D and Daniela from the game on Monday, and that was a pretty exciting experience. You never know the people that you might come into contact. So
That's really awesome.
Really neat.
Yeah. I actually moderate for one of my friends, Hammerhead Labs, who does Resident Evil speedruns, which is pretty much 95% of my familiarity with Resident Evil. But I am happy to say that is the only way I would play them, is watching via him. And then I also noticed that you were doing that too. I was lurking on your stream on Monday? Was that when you were live? I don't know dates.
Yeah, Monday was the big one. Monday was the day that was the first time I've ever gotten nervous for a raid ever in my life. Everybody was just like, Lady D's in your chat, and I was like, hi, oh my god.
That's completely understandable.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Is this still the first dungeon now?
This is the second dungeon. And
I was
so,
about to say, I'm sure this is not
this
the
is
first one, but
Bottle
already in the
Grotto.
second. Look at that, flying. Flying.
Yeah, we really get through these guys really quickly.
Nice.
Oh, I'm 1 hit away. Ugh. It's really nice if you're able to get him without getting grabbed, but weirdly, we see him again later in the run, and you would think, oh, he's later in the run. He must be a lot harder in that case. No, he's infinitely easier the second time around for some reason in Eagle's Tower. It is very weird, but whatever. It makes you feel good later in the run, so you know you'll take that serotonin wherever you can.
Absolutely.
Oh, it is so satisfying when you can get that smoothly. Oh well, it's fine. Just hop over them, magic, and then swipe.
Nice. Nice. Easy.
Yeah. I know Bacon and I are still waking up. I mean, I can't really complain since I am normally up at this time, but I usually am not. I do not stream usually at this time or play games.
I'm normally still sleeping for at least
I know.
another 4 or 5 hours.
No reason to complain in comparison, though I am like, oh, how does one talk or play this game? But
What are you talking about, folks? It's 10 to 4 p.m. Says
It is 11 a.m. for me.
Oh.
9:50 for me. But I've already been out and about. That was bad luck. Oh, are you serious? Okay. Alright, come here, bunny. So this room is very weird where you have... Okay, that's fun. I love breaking pots for no reason. It's fine.
That's just a Zelda game, right? Breaking pots for no reason.
Yep. Marathon first. Or, you know, it's like, that's never happened before. Well, here you go. I don't think I've wasted a single pot before. And yet, why not all 3? Thankfully, you can just leave and come back, so... No, not that much harm done.
I like that. I like that you can leave the room and have it reset.
Mm-hmm.
I like that you just attack the bunnies with a jar.
Yeah, you actually can't kill them any other way. It's very weird.
It took me forever to figure that out.
I know, yeah, it's so hard. And especially if you don't know if you have to kill them in a certain order in that one room.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's very Zelda puzzly for that aspect of kill everything in a room. But let's make it fancy where you have to kill them all in a certain order. Ha 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 ha.
As much as I love Zelda, puzzles are hard for me sometimes.
Oh, I understand, yeah. Which is so satisfying whenever you can get it. Oh, I was supposed to jump. Okay, just flop down, but we can just do that. Hopefully the hearts are fine here. This is one of my least favorite bosses, mostly because he's just a bit dull. He's a bit boring. And, which I try to, like, say this to wind him up, but it doesn't really do much. He's still just as boring. What I really love is, like, in the final boss fight, you get to see all these bosses basically come back in the form of Ganon. So it's, like, pretty cool.
This boss is scary.
Yeah. I know, right? Yeah, if you have a thing against clowns or genies, well, yeah.
I just, like, what is the tongue doing? What you got going on there, bud? What is...
It's also a cross between Licky Tongue as well from Pokemon.
You know what?
It is? Oh my gosh, yeah.
Could you imagine the crossover?
Yeah, they don't have enough Pokemon in this game. They have some Mario stuff, but not enough Pokemon. That'd been so cool.
That would be fantastic. I would be into that. As somebody who also really enjoys Pokemon.
Could you imagine how popular it would be? Oh my goodness.
Oh my god, that'd be amazing. Alright.
Link's Awakening would have been perfect for that opportunity, too.
Literally, yeah.
So many, like, little Easter eggs from different games inside of this game.
Is this a good time to interrupt, Snap?
Just in a second.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so right now you might see, like, why, like, how do you know which one is which? So the one that is slightly further away is the one that is our interest point. So, ideally you can get that in 2 cycles. I'm not the best at that sort of thing. I'm still trying to figure out the audio cue for, like, where he's going to pop out, or, like, when he's going to stop in the musical chair game, but, yeah. Anyway, now is a good time, sorry.
No, thank you. I just wanted to celebrate because we've raised $230 so far with our last couple of donations. We've gone over the 200 mark. I know, it's so exciting. Let me read them for you. Cappy donated $10 to say, "Go Nart, I love you."
I love
Absolutely
you,
fantastic.
Cappy.
We have a $25 donation from Brandino that says, "Link's Awakening DX is one of my top speedruns of all time. I will always feel blessed that we got this remake. Good luck and go fast."
Aw, thank
And
you.
we have one more. Have you got time for one more?
Yes, go ahead.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We have a very generous $50 donation from 2D Blur that says, "Hope everyone is ready to do the Mambo number 5. Took me a minute there to read that one. Having a lot of fun watching the run and hearing the commentary and fun vibes from Abby, Bacon, and Nat. No, you, 2D Blur, thank you for your very kind donation. Also, just want to remind you, don't forget to click on the polls and the targets to select what you want to bid for. At the moment, our lesbian couple is winning for our next game, Haven, but Gay has also got $50 towards it now, and it's not too far behind. And our target to cook, eat the Sheikah Slate and Paraglider in Breath of the Wild. We've raised a lovely $104 so far for that. So thank you all for your kind donations, not only for Planned Parenthood, but for all the incentives that we've got going. You all are awesome.
That's amazing. Thank you guys so much. I'm so touched. So, yeah, we are now returning Bow Wow since he did his part to help us get into that one dungeon. And we got a Great Fairy-ish-esque, there we go, esque kiss from the owner as a thank you, because sure, why not? But I'm so sorry to say, but we have to do something a little morally, ethically ambiguous here, where it would be really fun to be able to do like an incentive that's like, let's name the file. That'd be so fun and cute and personalized. Well, one, the whole seed manipulation thing would be a little difficult there, but two, we have to steal. And because it's just so expensive, okay? It is against the name of speed. But the shopkeeper doesn't love it for some reason.
For some reason.
For some reason, and actually, the shopkeeper is the most powerful enemy in this entire game. Like, if this shopkeeper wanted to like prevent us from like succeeding, like and like keeping Ganon, like keeping the island in control, oh, he would do it. But yeah, we do some precise movements there to walk out. You don't actually just walk out of there. You have to kind of distract his eye. But yeah, now we are now forever known as Thief in this game, regardless of what we name that file. So, makes it a little moot to ask for, or like to create a file name for this. So, even though it is technically LIN because I just accidentally made I just accidentally deleted the K and then somehow called it a day. I don't know how that happened, but whatever.
I have literally spent hours trying to steal out of that shop just for the fun of it, and you did it in 3 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, it can sometimes be a little finicky where it's just like, okay, just today, because it can be really,
He just does
difficult.
350s, and that's cool, I guess, for Xbox, but come on, Thor. Please, another door. I'm broke.
Yeah, I feel like it's really obvious in the original game that you're supposed to steal there, because it's like 1,000 rupees, and you're like, I have 2? But I need an arrow! I need a bomb! Well, it's mostly the arrows, and a shovel as well.
That monkey looks familiar.
Yeah! I also love this tune so much. And this is, as far as we go in our trading sequence, actually. Kiki helps us build this bridge with the bananas we give him, and he gives us a stock, or a stick. I don't know German, I'm sorry. But yeah, fun fact, the game is in German, because it's the fastest language.
Nice.
But now we just kind of just hold on to the stick. I guess in memory of Breath of the Wild, since I do speedrun that as well. I'm like, alright, sure, why don't we just hold on to a stick? Just for worst case scenario, we need a weapon. So fun fact, if you jump on a Goomba here, as opposed to slash it, you get a heart. But if you just slash it, you don't get anything. So that's a fun little Easter egg that is like, oh, if you, if you jump on it like a Mario situation, You are good. Okay, let's see here. Good. If you have to kind of be precise on that bomb arrow, because if you do it too late, it can land on the wall, these gold feathers that you're collecting, and you can't do much about it except like do the entire castle and then come back and then it'll be on the ground. Or I think you might even have to like redo hitting him, which is slow and not fun. Ooh, I love wasting arrows. Oh well, it's fine. So yeah, we're now in the castle. I guess the version of Hyrule Castle, but it's called Cololent. I don't know how to pronounce it, but whatever the name of the island is, plus castle. And there are some golden feathers here that Prince is wanting us to get back. And so, yeah, we are now doing so. Though it is kind of easy to lose hearts here, so you kind of have to be careful. I should just saw this guy. Oh, never mind. I thought I was going to do a cool new trick. Didn't work. I think I was a little too far down. But it's fine. So, arrows are really... arrows and bombs are tough commodities to come by in this game. So the fact that I just wasted 2 was not the best idea, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine. There's a few points where you can kind of grind for some. So even though it's slow, you can still be safe. There's also always going to be a heart in this particular pot, so that's nice. Just a snag.
Nice.
Here we go. A little slow there, but it's fine.
Still looks speedy to me.
That's as long as it looks like it, you know. I feel like glitchless runs tend to, like, people associate as being a little more dull, just because it's, you know, not as many cool tricks, but I just love the world of this game so much that it's just like, for me, it's like, I'm not even the most interested. Oh, dang it. Usually you can get it and get in a hit there. Okay. You have to do 3 bomb arrows and you get the thing. And we're done with the castle.
Nice. Easy.
Easy, easy.
Can I squeeze in a quick donation here, or is it
Please, by all means. Go for it.
Absolutely. So, let me scroll down. Oh, well, I picked the right time, I think, because we've just had another donation come in. Look at that. So, we had a beautiful $20 donation from Nick Bush 64 that says, "Let's go, Nat. Let's go Planned Parenthood." And I couldn't agree more. What a fantastic cause. Very close to my heart. I'm glad we're supporting it today. Also, I want to thank Hawkeye Rio for the incredibly generous $100 donation that says, "All the love to Nat and Happy." And all the love to you, Rio. That is an incredibly generous donation. We thank you very, very, very much for your generosity. And that leaves us with lesbians in the lead at the moment for the Haven Couples Bid War. And we've raised $204 out of $500 for the Breath of the Wild Cook and Eat, the paraglider Sheikah slate. So thank you all for all your donations towards this fantastic cause and our incentives. You all are amazing. Round of applause for chat. Woo! Woo!
Clap, 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 clap. I can't clap.
Sorry. Sorry, Nat.
I can sound it off. No, I'm so grateful for the people doing this, donating. It's so kind.
How do you feel about the frogs in that room?
I avoid thinking about them as much as possible, but yeah. For those unaware, I have a phobia of frogs, and of course, every single game, even the ones near and dear to my heart, will have frogs to troll me, and it's not the only frogs in this game either, so, it's great, but I'm just kind of numb to it at this point. Typical trauma response, eh? Just kidding.
Are the frogs gay?
Yep. So it's faster to jump through the grass, because there's a little bit of, they did a really cool job of like where if you walk through grass, it slows you down ever so slightly. You can kind of feel the tension in it. But jumping through helps. Though we are about to get our boots with the fur. and we'll be able to get way more speedy with our Pegasus boots. So this is honestly one of my favorite dungeons, I think, actually. You know, the boss is a bit of a pain, but at
least you've got your boots with the fur, though.
I do got my boots with the fur. At least they'll be coming. It's also very satisfying because this is like the key cave, I believe is what it's called. So to the surprise of no one, there's a ton of keys that you can get in here. But you really just need 4, and so we're very strategic about which ones we grab. And it's very satisfying because you have to unlock those 4 keys in order to, I guess you technically get 5 because you do have to unlock that one. But, you have to unlock him in order to get to the final boss. And so it's, like, kind of cool to, like, just be like, 1, 2, 3, 4. Very satisfying.
Chat are enjoying singing Boots with the Fur right now.
Oh, dang it. I was trying to be cool with a new trick that I learned. I definitely made a choice. I'm not going to say it's good or bad, but I did make a choice to watch a top speed run yesterday of the run, and I was like, ooh, here's some new movements that I should incorporate without practicing and do it in a marathon, because why not? That was an attempt at it, and it's fine. So these guys are fun. 1.
No, go on. You can carry on. Sorry.
3. Sorry, I'm just counting to myself. He just eats it. Whoa. A little bit of RNG here for how they move, which is fun. We get to do this again, and that's when they become more obnoxious. Oh, okay, that was obnoxious, bro. Okay. That could have been slower. Okay, I want a fairy. Oh, but there were hearts there, so...
Nice.
Oh, well. And now we get... the Flowrider boots. Or the Uggs. Uggs are coming back, aren't they? Listen, I'm old,
apparently so, right?
I know, I'm like, vintage ones still from 2008, so... take that. I wore them this morning to check in on some cats. Ooh, that's fun.
I never got on well with Uggs. I found that they, you know, when they all scrunch up and then they end up weird. I can't explain what I'm trying to say, but they're on wrong and the heels are wrong and ugh.
Yeah, I mean, I only wear them for... they're definitely not snowshoes, I will say that.
Oh, they're supposed to be, though. Like, I read somewhere recently...
Or just, like, wintry boots. Oh, buddy, you didn't get over here. Okay.
I love this sidebar we've got going on about Uggs, by the way, during the middle of the marathon.
Oh, happy to provide.
Bacon, what is your opinion on Uggs?
I usually prefer Bear Paws over Uggs because Uggs are expensive, and in my area, people don't really do like Uggs boots. They do like the slides, like the ones that are kind of like house slippers. So you just constantly see people walking around in house slippers, which I mean, like, be as comfy as you want to, girlfriend. Right? As comfy as you want to.
Exactly that.
And you are born and raised in a cold area, so you know.
Yeah. And people walk around in these slips and like 10-inch, 12-inch snow. Like, screw the boots. We don't need the boots. Let's just wear the house slippers all over the place.
Yeah, yeah.
Unfortunately, I am very tall, and when very tall people comes with very large feet. So, Uggs do not always fit me. But Bear Paws are a little bit better about it. And I do know that there is some sort of specific spray that you can get for those boots that do keep them waterproof.
Oh, really? That's a game changer. Where was that in the 90s?
Yeah.
Oh, that was gonna be cool if I got it, but oh well, it's fine. Ideally, you can walk up and do a spin slash and they both die, but oh well, it's fine. So we get the 300 rupees here because we need to, speaking of the other frog, we have to pay another crocodile boy to get us a song that we need. And so that is a helpful point to get that's like where we can get the money for it.
We don't have to steal anymore.
We don't, no. Oh, okay, that was supposed to be a faster thing. It's fine. Ooh, let's do this. So, fun fact, there are acorns and then also this power force thing. So that is based off of the number of like enemies you kill. I forget all the stats. I'm definitely not in the top runners to really optimize that, but the top runners in Glitchless will time it so then, because it's really important to get this power piece right before certain boss fights that are just like super obnoxious when it comes to RNG and just slow. And so sometimes it's just not that fast to like pick it up if you're just in the middle of like something. And then you just tend to like not pick up the acorn because you don't really like, we're not that bothered about defense since we know this game. We know how to avoid, death. Whoop da. Also, anyone who knows me, I make a lot of random noises. It just is part of it. I don't really think about it, but yeah. So yeah, if you hear me make random noises, that's just it. Okay, I also learned a new strat with this guy. That was kind of cool. We'll see if I implement it. We'll just see what my hands do, but...
It's a big eyeball.
Isn't that all Zelda bosses?
Yes, I was about to say in true Zelda fashion.
Oh, okay, never mind. Okay. Technically, you can just, like, sprint into him twice, right into the eye, and then he dies. But I guess I was a little off in the eye, in the hitbox. It was just like, nah, you're just hitting blob right now. So, well, you can just do 2 slashes. It's just technically 4 slashes, and so it's nice and easy. Though it is very obnoxious if you are trying to, if you don't know that, and you're just kind of stuck with these 2 blobs being annoying. So, yeah. This is a good time for any donations if there are any additional ones, or to remind chat of all the amazing incentives going on.
There are absolutely. You need to prepare yourself for this donation though. Now, are you sat down? Are you comfortable?
Yeah, I'm good,
Because
I think.
Prince again donated $5 just to say frog, 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 frog. And they were all frog emojis. Maybe I should have said ribbit, 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 ribbit. But alas, we've got both now. But thank you, Prince, again.
Thanks, Abby, for making sure to cover your bases there and saying both.
I want to make the people happy. I'll read things out however you want.
I know my fears are rational. The origin story of his fears that I nearly killed a frog in some shoes that I left overnight outside to dry. And then, yeah. Thankfully, I looked into my shoe before I, like, actually put it on. And it turns out the other shoe had 2 frogs in it that I just chucked it across, like, I don't know, like a yard. And I got in trouble for it. My mom yelled at me for throwing my shoes that had frogs in it. Because she was just like, well, the poor thing. And, like, went up and cooed at the frog that was in my shoe. So.
Oh no.
Good times.
Would have been trying to put them into a cage. Okay, I was constantly going to the pond as a kid and grabbing the really big bullfrogs and being like, "Look, Mom's friend."
I just shivered thinking about that. Oh. I did that with other animals, but not frogs. Whoops. Okay, let's avoid that.
Later on in life,
Oh.
I used to bring frogs to friends all the time. Like, here's a friend.
I mean, this is why we compliment each other very well, Bacon. For just the range of perspectives here.
I help with irrational fears.
Okay. And so we go over here, and now we are to go get Marin, because this walrus is in our way. We gotta get the key that is in the desert. But in order to get that, we gotta get a certain item. Another musical instrument that is actually, I guess it is kind of crucial, but it's not one of the 8 that we are trying to gather in terms from the dungeons, but yeah. But, it is definitely an item that is familiar, but we're having a bit of an inception moment here where we are in a dream within a dream, which is super meta. But, yeah.
I've always loved this area.
It's so cute.
It's so satisfying, too. Just zoom in.
Zoom in. This game reminds me very, very much of the Minish Cap.
It does, honestly. There's certain components that are very similar.
Such an underrated Zelda game. I love that
Oh,
game
isn't it
so much.
just
So good.
good?
Nobody
so
ever talks
good.
about it.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
this
do.
is
I
so
feel
sad.
like in our little corner of Twitch, there are some people who do love speedrunning and also doing the randomizers of it. I do want to do the randomizers soon. I say that though for a lot of things. I have a lot of things on my list.
That's a mood.
Aside from doing a lot of first playthroughs of the Zelda franchise as well as speedruns, I also do chat redeemed games that whenever I first set up, that was one of my first like channel point redemptions. I didn't realize how popular it would be or how long it would take for me to get through games, but I love that my community really wants to introduce me to games that I'm just completely ignorant about, or have heard of, but don't know it, like have never seen or played. So they get to relive their nostalgia through me experiencing it for the first time.
I love it.
So this is one of the very cute little cutscenes we have here.
So beautiful, so clean. They did
So
such a great
cute.
job with this remake.
Yeah.
It's how
Mhm.
shiny they are.
Now, having played both of them, is there a
Mm.
clear preference to them? Which one you prefer to play? That's a difficult
To be
question.
fair, I mean, I don't have the nostalgia for the original, which I feel like for the older Zelda games, you kind of the nostalgia element is a bit essential for certain ones.
Yeah.
Mostly because the quality of life things that I just take for granted here in this game that are not present in original are just absolutely frustrating. For instance, the sword and shield you have to equip, as well as the power bracelets. And you only have the two buttons to equip things, and so you're just constantly on the menu to like switch between things. And it's just like so frustrating. Thankfully the boots are the one thing that you get to just like have, I think. Or maybe they aren't.
Yeah.
No, I think you actually have to equip them too.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, you
like
have
a
to equip them
nightmare
too.
for me.
So we go back to Zoodorf, or Animal Village. I know my German pronunciation is 10 out of 10. I just say it a little bit more angrily than usual. What?
Can I just say, I absolutely love the cutscene of Link holding up Marin. The Master Sword. No!
As women, you're just kind of like, am I an object? Like, is Marin just like, but also you're just like, it's so funny. And the music changes well.
Yes. Actually would love to do a Marin cosplay. I've had it saved on my
You'd be so
Amazon
good at it.
list.
You already have the hair, I feel like. I feel like your hair is
yeah.
just naturally that.
I just want to put the flower in my hair. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That'd be so cool.
I just need the
Can you
dress,
sing?
honestly. Oh, I can't sing for the life of me. Alright. I have friends that can sing though. Alright.
Yeah, just have a little recording. That's just like,
yeah. I have my own goof, and my own goof is a singer, and sometimes there's a few songs with her in the background that'll play around my community, and I'm sure she would definitely fill in for my singing. I could just play along.
Yes, that'd be brilliant. So there is a faster strat here, but because I'm not the best at arrow management quite yet, you can actually hit this guy with just 4 bomb arrows, and then you're good to go. I just tend to do quick slash it, or like spin slashes, because if you mess up and you fall down this hole, it is so slow. Also, he is quick to hurt you. I believe he takes I don't know if it's 1 heart or 2 hearts of damage, but it is a lot of damage. So, he's just kind of a very obnoxious boss in this. So, okay, and so now we are trying to grab the key before it falls down the hole. And his hitbox is a little annoying. Okay, good. We should be safe, even though it looks like we're on top of it. As long as I spam the Y here, we're good. Yeah.
Nice. GG now.
Thank you.
I haven't been following very well. What dungeon are we on?
We are about to do Dungeon 4, so we're about to do the first dungeon that we pop in and pop out.
Yeah. And we pop back later.
Yep.
Nice. There is a quick donation if you've got just a second.
Let's do it. We're about to have a cute song, but let's just have that as a background of you giving off the dono.
I'll be very quick. It's a perfect one for that. This donation is from Meme Mod. $5 that just says ribbit.
I love this so much. I love telling
I
everybody
want
in
to
chat about your frog fear. I'm proud of that.
It's fantastic. And that's also gone towards polls and targets. At the moment, our poll, we've got lesbians winning for the couples bid war for Haven, which is the game coming up next after this. So you don't have too long left. Gay is in second place with straight in last place. Lesbians winning by quite a milestone. So get your donations in if you've got strong opinions. We've still got 13 hours left on the Cook or Eat this Sheikah Slate paraglider, but we are nearly halfway through, which is absolutely fantastic. We've got $214 out of 500 raised so far for that. You all are incredibly generous and amazing. Thank you for supporting us today. Ribbit.
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 Yeah, I even my community is very trolly. Where I actually have an inflatable frog that someone very lovely gifted to me that I met in person, and his name is the frog's name is Leopold. And yep, he is in my background.
Leopold.
My stream.
It's a friend.
He
Friend.
is of a sort. And I have a 1,000,000 channel point reward for me to kiss Leopold. That I am curious who will one day redeem that.
How
There's
much
so
is it
many
for,
points.
Nat?
Oh my goodness.
It's 1,000,000 channel points.
How many points do I have? Let's have a look.
I would be surprised if you had 1,000,000.
I would be too, but you never know.
Never know.
Let me go on to...
For those unaware, Abby is a mod in my channel, so.
Oh god, I definitely do. I have 60,000. I've got a long way to go.
Yeah, I'm sure Ian is somehow saving up for it, though.
Somehow.
He was the original gifter of that.
I always forget about my channel points for people. I have like 90k in your channel, so when you were like, there's a redemption for that, I was like, ooh!
Yes!
I have 90k, yeah.
Oh my gosh. I think I have some pretty good channel point redemptions, because like it's like such a fun way to like, where it's like I'm not begging, or not begging, but it's like it's not like a financially incentivized thing. It's just you get out and lurking, or and that's how you get your points.
It's like a reward for hanging out with you.
Exactly, and it's fun to have a bunch of them as well.
Mm-hmm. Although I don't need a reward to hang out with you.
Exactly. I was about to say yes.
That's okay. Hopefully, it's a win-win type of thing. Okay.
Definitely.
And here we go into Dungeon 4. Which, again, there's 8 dungeons that we do. So, although it's, like, hard to say what is halfway point, because there's a lot of, like, overworld stuff that we have to do. So something that I don't do here, but is technically what the top runners do there is, one, not glitch, but it is, like, a trick that is allowed in glitchless set. It is on my list to learn next, because it does save a minute and a half or so. It is called a double key skip here, which I am not doing, but I can kind of show at least like, wait, no, I don't need that. So you are able to get your way over that little D-pad thing by a certain bomb placement and then doing a running jump over it where you are able to get placed on the other side and then just run across without needing the keys to get over there. But yeah, I don't do it quite yet. That is something that is on my list to learn soon. And here we do a nice little reload, which just puts us at the start of the dungeon, because sometimes it's just a lot easier to go back to the start as opposed to making our way back physically.
True Zelda Death Warp style.
Yep.
Just quick.
There's also, we will get a song that transports us places, and there's a few times that we do need to use that over warping, because if you use this transport song in a dungeon, it does take you also to the beginning of a dungeon, but if you have any switches that are turned on, it keeps those switches in that state, whereas if you reload, it'll reset the switches. So if you are trying, there's a certain dungeons that you do want to keep those switches in a particular order.
Makes sense.
So yeah. And we actually avoid hitting those enemies here because if we hit them both... Oh, dang it. I missed that cool jump. If you hit them both, it does initiates a cutscene that like drops a key down in the water, which we actually don't need. Okay. Oh, I don't need this, but it's fine. So this is the puzzle that one of the puzzles I talk about that you are trying to figure out the solution to, and you like depending on the seed. I already know the pattern for that, but if you're curious what pattern you have and you want to double check, you can also like do a little tippy tap there.
Little tippy tap.
Tippy tap.
Little tippity tap.
Meow. Oop. Nope. Oop. Oh, that would have been good, actually, if I had kept the Triforce power for this particular boss. I'm not the best at it, but you're able to stun lock him at certain points. That is, like, very convenient. Cool.
What even is this? Like a crab?
It's an octopus. It looks like a crab squid, honestly, from Subnautica. Another crossover because of my interest.
Is that shell? I was just looking at it like, I don't actually know what this is.
He really doesn't look like... He even looks more ambiguous in the original. Alright, and here we get our flippers, and we leave.
I'm a bit worried to see what it looks like in the original. Did you say flippers? Let's get those flippers.
Yep. So now we can swim. We don't have to worry about drowning.
Yay! Not drowning. Woo!
All right, Mambo time. Remember, Scott told us to be prepared for this. So
yes, they did indeed.
Mambo did their best to perform this for us.
Mambo number 5.
I'm dancing, by the way. You can't see it, but imagine it.
I was gonna start singing. I was like, no, better not, like, you know, make everyone's ears bleed. Nice.
Ooh.
If I'm being quiet, it's because I have a kitten in my lap. Doing crazy things.
Your kitten is so cute.
She's so big now, and she's rotten. She's of that age where she wants to get into everything. And
I'm sure. And this is like, hi.
It's not just that. Like, when I say she gets into everything, like, I had a friend that just decided to visit the other day, and out of nowhere, my friend was like, "Oh, your kitten brought me a gift. Brought her a tampon." And I was like, "Where did you get this?"
Oh God, no!
Oh, kittens!
I lock the cabinets now.
Yeah.
I feel like I have a toddler, but she's so cute. She's so precious.
Yeah. My parents actually I would say they got a new kitten, but a new kitten just showed up at their house in the middle of the night after a rainstorm. It was just soaking wet, and they have no idea how he ended up there, and he was by himself. But he just meowed very loudly. And my dad just happened to be awake and was just like, I hear something outside. So yeah, they also are in a similar stage where they have a little 2-month-old boy who is now getting into trouble. But he's the cutest little thing.
The cat distribution system definitely works, doesn't it?
I was gonna say that too.
No, I'm wasting arrows here for no reason. Okay. I love to think of these guys as little Daleks from Doctor Who. I just can't see them as otherwise.
Nice.
Okay. I will have to grind some arrows here because I've just been a little sloppy. You know, sloppy Joe time. It's fine. It's early in the morning. It's whatever.
I can't think of where I remember these statue guys. Like, what other game is that has these little statue guys? Are you
I
shooting
don't know. I mean, they remind me of Doctor Who, so more than like the Armos of like other Zelda games. So yeah, you can grind arrows here. Both these pots will always have arrows, so it's nice. I tend to try to get around 8 to 10, so I'll probably do this 2 more times, just a good 9, which I guess is splitting the difference.
Oh, it's a Minish Cap. Thanks, chat. That's why I do.
Oh, really?
I do love Minish Cap. That makes sense. And I think that there's some in Wind Waker for some reason too.
There are. They have the little butts that glow, so you're just like, oh. Okay, so this boss is a pain casually if you don't know what you're doing.
Look at the scary one.
There we go. I'm trying hard to optimize that guy because it seems so satisfying to just get him very cleanly, but meow. And we go down here. So this is actually the key for the dungeon after this, for Dungeon 6, but we are about to go to Dungeon 5. That is just a little faster if we just do this first. Okay, don't run into the electric boy. Hi, buddy. Creature from the Black Lagoon, or Blue Lagoon. Is it Blue Lagoon? Yeah. Or Black Lagoon. One of the two.
Oh, you know my opinions on water levels. Boo!
Boo! Technically, the last one was the water level. This is Catfish Maw, so it is a combination of them. I actually find it very satisfying to do movements in here, and we do a little glitch, actually. Well, it's not a glitch, because, you know, obviously this is glitchless, so we can't do that, but it is kind of a trick where we get to skip some keys, so it is a glitch that's not a glitch. I don't know what to call it. Yeah. But it's fun to show off. It makes you feel really cool when you get it.
Nice.
I saw that recently, but I was making my life more difficult with that trick.
Nice. Oh, no, that was awesome. Sorry.
Thank you.
I was enjoying that. I know it can be tricky.
Yeah, whenever you don't get it, you tend to just like be stuck at it for a bit, and then you're like, all right, fine, I'll do this casually. Which is still also annoyingly difficult. Right, and so now we get a fun start. Oh my god, words. I get to start a fun sequence where we get to see this. We get to see Sans from Undertale about 4 times, with the same pattern each time. And so we get to we wait for him to slash. Okay.
Nope, please.
Yep, so that's the first one. So these jars will always have bombs and heart. So if you're in need of bombs or a heart, they're very reliable, because yeah, you do have to be very careful about bomb management with this particular dungeon, because you can't hurt Sans any other way. His name is not Sans, I just call him that.
He looks like Sans, though.
He does!
Undertale.
I've been calling him Papyrus normally when I play through the game, and I'm always like, I don't actually have to fight you. All I need is spaghetti. I know your weakness. Or women.
I love it. It's such a great game.
Yes.
So good.
It's one I hadn't played until this year either. Which I
Me
know sounds
too!
weird, but like, it was just fun. It was great. I'm really glad I got into it. And the references to it are everywhere.
So yeah, literally everywhere. I mean, obviously, just I don't think it was this one, but
Well, I know, but like still,
it does make you think in terms of the. Oh, okay, thanks, bud. In terms of the like remake, because he does look very Sans-like compared to the original.
Whether they drew inspiration from it.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun to think maybe, but probably not. But I'm going to say yes anyway.
I don't know, with like all the other like references they've got in here, like the amount of Mario references. I mean, it's a crossover episode, isn't it? But
Yeah.
like,
I just
yeah,
forgot how
you know.
to do that boss fight for a second there. That's fine. We're good.
Nice.
Okay. And we actually don't go get the item that I forget what they give you here, but you don't need it. I think it's like a compass or a map. We're too good for that. We don't need a map. Need no stinking map. We know where we're going, but for the most. Hush.
Sorry.
What else
I was like, oh. This is a good time to do a little bit of a shout out.
Go for it. Whoa. Okay, yep. Where am I doing? Yeah.
I just wanted to say a big thank you to everyone behind the scenes and in front of the screens. Look at that, behind the scenes and in front of the screens with RAF. That goes down for all the people, volunteer coordinators, tech experts, hosts, chat mods, you yourselves, viewers, watching and donating to the fantastic cause. Just wanted to give a massive thank you, really. Rejects and Friends is very close to my heart. They've been here since our first one, which was 4 rafts ago, about 2 years. I'm hoping I've got that right. But yes, just wanted to give a big, massive thanks to everyone, really, for being absolutely awesome and raising money for a fantastic cause. And please type ! credits into chat, and you can check out the list of rafts personnel, everybody included. Everybody deserves massive pats on the back. It's always a fantastic event, and I love being here. That was all. Thank you. Just wanted to give an emotional thank you to everyone. That's
sorry. Nearly died to the little keys there. That's fine. No panicking. There's no panic at the disco here. We're good. I swear. Oh, I was hoping I could not bonk there. Okay, now we go get the boss key.
Nice. What's your opinion, Nat, on kind of like this type of dungeon layout? So I know you've played Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, and you've also played the more traditional Zeldas. Do you have a preference?
I mean, I know everyone loves to say like, oh, I do miss like dungeons like this, of course. But I respect Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom for its own stuff.
Yeah.
Like I didn't have much of a dislike of the dungeons, but I do miss the original. Like I do hope that they kind of circle back to some of these because it'd be really cool to see what sort of I don't know what Nintendo could do in 2023 or, you know, onward, like when it comes to like these type of dungeons, because I don't think it has to be open world at all times now. Even though that was so innovative and very successful, obviously, but it's just my little take of things, but I very much love them.
No, absolutely. What about you, Bacon? What do you feel about dungeons?
I'm definitely one of those people where I miss the dungeons and all, but I also like the aspect of exploring and being able to do things at my own will for once in a Zelda game. I feel like Zelda games have a way of just like it's scripted for the most part. You're supposed to do something particular to get to another area, and as much as that's what Zelda games are. I'm also a big fan of like Skyrim and stuff, so it was kind of like they mixed together 2 of my favorite games with Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom.
Fun fact there, if you ever need a fairy, you can always do Magica Anti-Fairy, which I think is very common in other Zelda games too. And so we are about to do the little trick I mentioned here, where if you lean against this wall, you're able to set up an angle, because normally in this game you can only I don't think I have it here yet, but like you can only go in a certain angle for left and right. Oh, Nope, I missed it. But you can lean against this wall and it's able to push you in other directions. Oh, okay, I keep missing it. Don't worry, I'll get it soon. There we go. I was just a little close there. So you're able to skip that, and you don't have to go get the key.
Easy.
And yeah, that's considered not a glitch. And this is probably my least favorite boss, because it's so RNG dependent. Like, I lost a run earlier this week to it. That was just incredibly frustrating. I died and lost over 3 minutes, I think. It was just like, none of it was really my fault. It just was like, because you have 25% of the chance of like which side the thing goes on. You see? He's not in an area that I'm at. Oh, and the tail was being obnoxious there. Okay, good. Okay. This is one of those bosses that you really do want to have a power piece for. Okay, that was good RNG there.
Let's go.
Oh, I think he's like one or two hits away. Okay. See, I was right. 2 hits. Yep. Okay, that was actually really good for me.
Nice.
I got really lucky there, but he just kept popping up on my side.
Nice.
The top runners tend to stop collecting heart pieces at one point. I like to collect them. Call me a collector of the hearts.
Safety measures, I would collect.
I'm not going for world record here. I'll take my hearts.
Have I got just a second, Nat, to mention something?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to welcome anyone who is just joining us. We're currently witnessing EnviroNat's fantastic run of I always go to say a link between worlds, which is not correct. It's a Link's Awakening. Link's Awakening 2019. Any percent run. It is going fantastically so far. We're here today. We're raising money for Planned Parenthood, an absolutely fantastic charity that puts people and their bodies before anything else. Their website is absolutely fantastic. You can book appointments, get care, get involved, learn loads of different things, no matter where you are at stage in your life. You can always learn something from there. And we're raising money to support them today. We're currently doing fantastic. We've raised $360 so far. And we've got a poll open for the game Haven, which is coming up next by Happy Bear Lives in our chat, who's chilling out with us.
Happy, I love you.
The couple is, you get to choose the couple, whether they're going to be straight, gay, or lesbian. Lesbian is winning by a milestone at the moment. So if you've got strong opinions, get them in quick. And we've also got a target open to cook, eat the Sheik Slayton paraglider in Breath of the Wild. And that's a lot later on, that's about 13 hours. But I'm very interested in seeing that because I have never seen Link eat a Sheik Slate or paraglider before. Very invested.
Can't say I have either, despite running this game, or running that game. Can't say it's part of Dog Percent. But yeah. And now we are in Dungeon 6. That was the quickest transition there. Okay, got a little angle there.
This dungeon feels very dark.
Yeah, it's very ominous, and the music's very, like, extra dramatic.
How convenient that those glowing green things let off a glowing green light so we can navigate our way around.
I know, right? Oh, okay. Ideally, you are able to just do a bomb, arrow, and kill all 3 things, but...
That's fair. Doesn't want us to go. Enjoying the vibes. Enjoying the vibes.
Oh, I actually meant this item. I was trying to be cool and not and prepare ahead of time, but I did not do the best of jobs there.
Awesome.
Every time I see the Shy Guys, I just want to go wah wah.
Oh, that was fantastic, Bacon.
You're welcome. I got you. My brain's just been wanting to do it for like 10 minutes.
Nice.
Oh, I put the bomb too close there. Ideally, you can put the bomb like right next to it, or in between them, and then it'll just, yeah, one-shot it, but I keep forgetting to do that. I actually think, oh, I accidentally canceled it. I don't actually think I need to do the song here necessarily, but I'm going to do it to make sure, because, yeah, there's just a lot of elements to remember in this route.
It's alright, there's always lots of things to keep going with. What Zelda game do you feel is next for you, Nat? Whether it's speedrunning or playing casually? Do you have any plans?
I do want to learn how to speedrun Wind Waker, but
Ooh, that'd be cool.
probably next. I actually just got my 3DS capture card, and so I really want to do Link Between Worlds.
Exciting.
Which I know is on the docket for this weekend from Minion, which I will be lurking, but I will not be watching in order to save myself. Also, say hi to Dave. He wants to play ball with you, but he's super rough at it. So
Hi, Dave.
yeah,
Be
hi,
kind,
Dave. Sorry for playing rough with you as well, but yeah, it's just part of it. And
No, yeah, we've got a mini 352 running, a Link Between Worlds any percent tomorrow. Yep, at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time. If anybody is interested, it's going to be fantastic. And don't forget exclamation point schedule to check out our beautiful, might I add, program. And also all the bean things going on, incentives. There's lots of awesome things happening in that, so definitely check out our program. It's going to be awesome.
Oops.
Thank you, Nimbus, for posting it in chat. What about you, Bacon? What is there a Zelda game on your rota for next?
I have been thinking, it's my favorite game. I have been thinking so hard about playing through Twilight Princess again because it's been like a year, 2 years almost since I've played it. I think it's been like 2 years since I've played it. So, I don't know. I just constantly think about that game, and I'm not cool enough to speedrun it, you know? I'm not as cool as Nat, but I do love
I can never do Twilight Princess, honestly.
I have a
There's
friend
lots of members. Sorry, Bacon, go on.
I have lots of friends that like to randomize Twilight Princess, and that to me seems very interesting. Like, I've never randomized, like, did anything special, like, maybe besides play a couple of master modes. Like, I've never did anything special with Zelda. I've always been very vanilla about it. So I think it would be interesting to do a randomizer and either go for Ocarina of Time or for Twilight Princess.
I go up here.
I love how broken Ocarina of Time is at times.
That was my first ever big girl game.
No,
it's one of my earliest childhood memories is one of my older cousins teaching me how to get through the Deku tree and teaching me about the order of how the Deku boys spit the seeds at you and learning that that's the code for Goma and stuff. Like, my whole personality became Zelda after that. Yeah,
no, I can completely relate to that. It's such a childhood throwback, Ocarina of Time. And Majora's Mask.
Majora's Mask, I'm still in the middle of playing it right now. I love the aesthetic of Majora's Mask. I even have like a wearable mask that I hang up on my wall.
So awesome.
And I plan on having my own happy mask shop in my room and just slowly collecting masks and putting them on my wall.
That's so cool. Sorry, I'm just dying of awesome.
No, you're
Sorry, carry
okay.
on.
I find the timing aspect of Majora's Mask very anxiety writing. I don't know what it is, but like having
Yeah.
to be like perfect and on time kind of scares me and intimidates me, and maybe that's why I gotta get good about like speedrunning and stuff.
I feel like Majora's Mask and Twilight Princess were always my favourites because they just had a bit of a dark
that's rude.
aspect.
Oh yeah, I love the dark aesthetic. Also, like,
TP in
Midna's just a
particular.
baddie. Like, I've never played a
Yeah.
game where there's been some character with my personality. I'm like, oh my gosh, my personality. And she's a baddie? Okay. We all love the end of Twilight Princess.
That's
Yeah,
a
oh
whole
yeah.
mood. That's a whole mood. I love Midna as well.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing.
Yeah, my nostalgia one is actually Wind Waker.
Cute.
That was my first one that I still hold very dearly. I love doing randomizers, so I'd like to say that they're casual randomizers. I don't really do any tricks besides like, yeah, I really don't do any tricks. But I have a lot of fun with it.
I met you when you were playing Wind Waker, and you're actually the one that made me want to do a randomizer, because I saw you
Really?
randomizing Wind Waker with Granny, and I was like, that is the coolest thing ever. That is such a fun idea, and I want to do that so bad, but I'm not good enough to know where items are. Just
That's how I feel about both of them. But honestly, like the tools, at least for Wind Waker, are so good. So like you really like they tell you exactly like based off the items you have, like where you can like likely find them. Oops. Okay.
I'm just thinking about
like
all
where to
of
look.
the items.
You don't have to like. Yeah.
I'm thinking about
Makes
all
it
of
a
the
lot
items
easier.
that you would find in the ocean, like instead of like the Triforce shards, like your Master Swords in the ocean. Like, I know it wouldn't actually be it, but that's like where my brain goes for it. There's so much water.
Was it our last RAF where Joshy did the randomizer for Wind Waker?
Was it the last one or was it the one last year?
I am not sure, but that was awesome to watch because of like just wow.
Okay. Why not try new tricks for this?
I'm gonna go get another cup of coffee. I'll be right back.
Absolutely.
Enjoy.
Get the caffeine. And yeah, people have just confirmed it was the past summer, the rapid fire in the summer that Joshy ran that. It was absolutely fantastic. I love randomizers though as well. I think they're really interesting.
Shiznit.
You're okay, Nat. You've got this.
I know. Trying new things. Wow. Trying new things in a speedrun is definitely in a marathon is definitely a move. But okay, that's the last hit. We're good.
Easy.
Actually better than by usual. But yeah, there's some cool elements that I just picked up yesterday that I'm like, ooh, I want to do that.
No, that's absolutely fair. It's nice to see like you use the strats as well, and like put things into use that have not we might not have seen before. It's awesome.
And now we have finished Dungeon 6, so there's 2 more dungeons, and then we have to finish up Dungeon 4.
Oh my goodness, we're flying through this.
We do. I mean, we're just playing the game real quick here.
Is this a speed run?
What?
What? Yeah, you're smashing this already now. We're an hour 22 in.
Let's go. I have no idea how that compares to my usual pace, so...
No, that's all right. We will vibe.
I know we're not... there's a nice cushion with our estimate and such, so we are definitely fine. There have been no major mistakes for us to be concerned with.
Because you're doing awesome. Woo!
At the moment. At the moment, it's fine. Alright, now we get to do the fun sign game which is actually so much harder than the original compared to this one. I'm
Am I right as well, Nat, in thinking that it was Happy Bear Lives that got you into this game?
Yeah, she actually taught me the speed run for this because I've been eyeing it for a while, and we just both somehow just came to the conclusion that we both wanted to learn it, and she actually learned it finally before I did. And then sat me down to teach me it. So
I love that, and that's awesome because Happy Bear is running Haven next after Nat finished her run. And that's going to be an 80% good ending. Looking forward to seeing it. And don't forget, there is a bid war open for that. So currently, we have lesbian couple in the win. Followed by gay couples. And then straight is really running quite far behind. But we have $244 towards lesbians, $55 towards gay, and a solemn and lonely $1 towards straight. I think it's clear where chat's heart lies. But if you've got opinions, please, please, please make sure you are donating and getting that money in. And don't forget to click next and click on the poll and the target, because that money can go towards both the polls and the target for Breath of the Wild. Thanks, Nat, for that little segue.
Thank you for distracting me while I'm doing this riveting quest here. It is actually a pretty sad time loss if you do mess it up, because you have to go all the way back to the start. And here is our Frogs Part 2 with the weirdest freaking song in the whole thing. But yeah, why we had to collect those 300 rupees. It's just the weirdest in all the Zelda franchise, honestly, for me.
We're not robbing this person, are we? Oh no, we're fighting them.
No.
Oh, it's frogs, Ribbit.
And I believe an enemy from Super Mario's too?
Yeah, I was gonna say this looks very Mario-y.
I'm not a Mario person, which I've played some, but my nostalgia is purely with Zelda, so I may recognize someone, but it doesn't mean much to me. So.
Have you ever played the Galaxy games?
I haven't!
Yes. Those are my favorite, okay? I'm telling you,
anyway.
try the first one is the best one, in my opinion. Don't hate me, don't come at me.
I really like it as well.
I really love the first one. I really love the first one. Nat, I'm telling you, please try Mario Galaxy. It changed how I came to Mario, because, like, Sunshine is super hard, 64 is super hard, like they're fun, but they always get to this point to where it's like, oh my goodness, like the mechanics are like destroying me. Galaxy, oh my gosh, I love them. They're so good. They're so good. The music is phenomenal. Like the art is, for as old as the game is, it is so pretty. I love just like flying through space.
I really enjoy Galaxy.
I've heard good
I
things.
remember it as a kid as well. It's really nice. Oh, also,
I'm actually playing Mario Odyssey soon for the first time.
So I've not played Odyssey.
It's next after Sly Cooper 2. So yeah, of my first playthroughs. So likely next month, hopefully.
That's exciting.
Next year.
Yeah, maybe I'll have to redeem the Super Mario Galaxy on your channel.
Perhaps, yeah. That is probably the fastest way for me to get to play it on the channel.
The next thing. But chat did confirm, by the way, earlier that was a boss in Super Mario Brothers 2 called Wart. Just wanted to pass on that information for everyone. Thank you, chat.
Thank you, chat.
I haven't thought about Galaxy for a while. I might have to boot that up later.
I'm sorry for the reminder, but also not sorry, because it's such a great game.
Sorry.
Oh, it's so good.
I'm well excited to play it.
I believe there's also a Mario game that has 3 of the OG Marios on it. It has 64.
Yes, I've got that one.
It's the All-Stars.
Sunshine and Galaxy.
I do have that as well.
Mm-hmm. My brain was about to be dumb and say Superstars, but I was like, I know that's not right. I think that's like the Mario Party.
Yeah, it is Mario Party. But hey, it thought of the right thing. I mean, also, I didn't mean to grab this acorn. It did come out around the same time, though, I believe.
Right.
It's not too far from one another.
Like a few years difference.
Something like that, yeah. It was within that, 2020 to 2021-ish range.
Yeah. Is this a good time for a quick donation message?
Go for it.
Lovely.
I'm just gathering a key.
You gather all the keys. We have a lovely $10 donation from Fazon Tunic to say, hey everyone, so happy to support this great cause. Long live the runs, run the frames, let's save Germany from the runners. And a true chaotic marathon message it is. That also went towards polls and the target as well. And still our lesbian couple are in the winning seat with $254 towards them. Very exciting. But thank you for your kind donation towards Planned Parenthood and for supporting the marathon. We appreciate you.
Yay, lesbians.
Yay, lesbians!
Yay, lesbians!
As I believe all three of us are in straight relationships, but yes, also.
Bisexual women!
Listen, I just love the gays.
Yeah, I mean, I am bi, but yeah, I just happen to be in a straight marriage, so.
I'm a bi and also in a straight-facing relationship, so don't worry, we're all together.
I actually don't think I knew that, Abby. That's amazing. The more you know.
I am asexual, so I'm asexual.
Hey, same! Oh my god, both of us together. Or both of y'all together equals me.
It makes sense. I mean, it makes sense that we would get along in a sense of like we have a lot in common, even down to that.
Yeah, honestly, might as well. Just throw it in there. I mean, I honestly find, like, Link is, like, so relatable to me as a kid because he was, like, the love stories aren't really pushed to you. Like, you aren't necessarily being forced, like, into being into Zelda, you know? And he's just chill, like, you know what I mean? Like, he doesn't talk that much for you to be, ugh. What is it? Whoa, my brain just stopped working. Like, he's just, you know, doing his thing. He's just trying to save the world, like, and it was super refreshing. And also, he's a bit androgynous as well, especially in, like, say, Breath of the Wild, but, like, like, he's considered to be, like, you know, a smaller guy and just, like, more chill, and I don't know. I just found it really relatable.
Do you think you should talk for the movie that's coming out?
I'm curious about it. I haven't seen... There's been a trailer out, no?
I don't think there's been an announcement of it. I think it's just an announcement, and I'm very scared about it because
Me
I'm
too.
I feel like a lot of companies kind of ruin video game movies, and I feel like with Zelda, it would have made so much more sense for there to be a TV show versus a movie because there is so much lore in Zelda that I feel like it would have done so well as a TV show. I would not have trusted Netflix with it, especially since they canceled on it the first time. But oh my goodness, I think a TV show would be genius. I think somebody needs to, like, because so many of the timelines, like, attached together, it would be so easy to do something like that.
Yeah, like a Doctor Who-y type of thing, but Zelda.
Or like a Into the Spider-Verse type of thing, but with Zelda.
Oh my god, that'd be so sick.
Like, they just run into all the other links from all the other universes.
Why not? It's already there.
So neat.
I'm a bit anxious for the movie as well. It's such a key part of a lot of people's childhood, like ourselves, like we've been talking. I just don't want them to ruin it. I just like, don't touch it. Just leave it alone, please.
I'm so scared.
Yeah,
but, you know what?
I'm excited about it myself, and yeah, it's just like, also with the Tetris movie that came out, because also, fun fact, I do a lot of Tetris. It wasn't like, oh, a Tetris movie came out, I'm excited about this? I don't know. But I kind of do want to see it now just for shits and giggles, but
is it horror?
Yeah.
Tetris horror? It feels like it would be a scary movie. I like following shape.
So this is a fun little room where you just get to sit in the corner here with your shield, and it blocks all these guys. So you get to see a little break, you can have a nice little sip of water.
Nice.
Read chat.
Great. And I can remind you about our fantastic cause, Planned Parenthood, right?
Yeah.
Lovely. Let me tell you about Planned Parenthood, everyone. We're benefiting the wonderful Planned Parenthood Federation of America. Planned Parenthood states that your health is our highest priority, and we believe your body is your own. A fantastic statement that we all stand by. It's a mission that affects many members of RAF. and it's very highly valued. So don't forget exclamation point donate in chat, and also put that donations. When you click on the next screen, you'll be able to select your polls and targets, and that won't cost you any more than a donation that you've already put in. So don't be alarmed about that, but make sure you're selecting them to put your money towards your own opinions. And thanks for letting me butt in.
Thank you, button anytime. Yeah, I actually came to a point where there was I have endometriosis and was seeking to get an IUD. And my doctor was very forthcoming with me that if my insurance didn't take it, that I should seek out Planned Parenthood to ensure that I would have a cost-effective way to get the help that I needed, just for reducing pain and increasing my, like, vitality. But thankfully I didn't have issues with my insurance. But I also have many friends who have needed to turn to Planned Parenthood just for basic healthcare.
Yeah. I was looking on their website and there's so much on here. There's like, they've got things for teens, for parents, for educators, anything that you'd like to know about. It's really good.
On a lighter note, this is the hardest boss fight in the entire game.
True.
Yeah, it involves pure skill in order to get that. It looks like I'm just slashing my sword in a corner, but it is actually a really precise trick. Just kidding. No, it is literally me just standing in a corner slashing my sword. But
oh my gosh, how?
I know, wild. Although it is funny where if you do mess it up, it is oddly time consuming to stop it. But I've only done it in practice where I messed up once. I was just like, do I need to be worried about this now? But
I'm all amazed, jealous, and angry at how fast you just did that. I kid you not, it took me like an hour to fight him because, like, first of all, sick flute beat, okay, alright, melody goes hard. Even though that was only a 2-second melody, it still went hard. But those things, I could never figure out where I was supposed to specifically stand.
Oh, shoot.
I'm gonna remember that.
Oh, yeah. And I messed that up a little bit, but it's fine.
Did you get heart pieces out of hitting them?
You do if you actually hit it with the heart. This is actually really hard in the original because it doesn't pause at the spot for you. We mostly have to get that because then the chest comes out and then we're able to warp over there. And we skip this bad boy. Do-do-do-do. You seem lovely, my dear. But we don't need to do you since you don't actually lock the door, silly goose. The ritual's annoying because that room, like, locks up again. So even though the little boss boy doesn't actually lock things up, he does lock it up. The room with no enemies besides the floor does love to lock up on you, so. But thankfully not in this one, so we don't have to worry about that. And yay! We've knocked all 4 pillars here. And... But this is one of the dungeons that we leave and come back. Just to skip a cutscene.
We love a good cutscene.
Not in a speedrun, though, because that's slow.
Oh, yeah, good point.
Hey, we're trying to be fast. Okay. And there we go. We leave that one. We're getting pretty close. We're now going to the last dungeon here. Oop.
I love the chimkin.
Me too, I was about to say that.
Or cuckoo? I've never known how to pronounce that. Cuckoo?
I say cuckoo, like
cuckoo?
that. But I don't know whether that's accurate either, you know?
I don't know either.
Let's just go with it.
Cuckoo.
Cuckoo?
Chicken!
Cuckoo.
That'll do.
Yeah, chicken is fine.
Same, right?
Chicken! I also have my items in reverse order than I normally have, so if I press some weird buttons, it's intentional. It's part of a speedrun. If I press the certain buttons, wrong buttons, or from the human eye, wrong buttons, it'll wrong warp me to the end. So, yeah, that's why.
Whee! We've raised $370 so far, by the way. I would love to see us reach... I know. Can you imagine? I would love to see us reach 400 at the end of this run. A nice round 400. Or could we even aim for 500? Oh.
Oh?
Oh.
Oh?
Chat, I believe in you. I believe in you.
It may be early in the morning, but we got this. Well, depending on your time zone, of course, but...
I was going to say, nah, it's got dark outside for me
Sorry.
now. It's 5 p.m. It's pitch black outside.
What is it now? Huh, weird. I only recognize U.S. Federation. Just kidding.
Oh, you broke me.
I try my best. Oh, no! Okay, I was trying to be cool there with a little speedrun trick, but alas, that wasn't cool enough. Aspiring to be cool every day of my life.
You are very cool, Nat, in my opinion.
Jury's out on that, but it's fine.
Oh my god, you're cooking the chicken.
Okay.
Fried chicken. Oh my goodness. You just brought him straight through the flames.
Ooh, wait, this is really good. I got this here. Okay. This is a boss that scares me, honestly.
That's fair.
He takes off a lot of damage on you. He was also a lot easier in the original.
It's interesting what they've changed over into the new one. I mean, graphically, it's beautiful.
But
Oh my gosh, chicken, watch out!
I know. Well, the chicken is actually more obnoxious than not, because if the boss whenever he's reaching out to eat you, if he hits a chicken, he just goes back because he's like, "Well, I didn't hit the wall. I'm not dizzy." So that was a pretty good fight for me. And now we are in Dungeon 8, and we do actually do this one all the way through.
And then, so after Dungeon 8, is that go back to the other dungeons and finish them off?
Yes,
The ones
but they are so quick. And then we go to the egg.
Oh, so how long do you think you've got left, Nat? Are you able to estimate that? No pressure.
I should. I'm not sure.
Nope, absolutely.
No,
Please, no pressure. I was just asking.
I'm stressed. I'm kidding. No, I'm good.
Sorry.
Okay.
You just
Also, this was weirdly harder in the original.
Oh,
it was
interesting.
precise.
Interesting.
But no, we're definitely within estimate, very comfortably.
Yep. Fabulous.
Ooh, no, you.
It's such a fun.
Wait, do you want to keep that Switch?
A Nintendo Switch?
Yes.
Sorry, brain short wiring now.
Meow.
Nice. You are whizzing through these dungeons.
That was perfect timing. Okay. Guess I've just fallen into the lava there, so yay! Weird things happening.
We just had a bath. It's fine.
That guy is weirdly accurate to hit, as you saw there with the miss arrow. But actually, we get to grind a lot of arrows here, so there's some secret points here.
Nice.
Okay, that bonk is also intentional. Okay, buds. We actually get to revisit a lot of our old boss fights in this dungeon. Which is nice and fun. We got to say hi.
Hiya!
There's a snake in Link's boot.
There it is.
Nice. It's a key.
It's a kite.
I don't know whether I prefer lava or water levels more. I think I'd have to go with lava. I hate water levels. Any swimming with Link, I just cannot cope with.
I like the flippers in this game enough to like the water temple in this game.
Oh, that's good.
Like Twilight Princess even, I get so lost and so frustrated. Water temple in both. The Majora's Mask, I guess, is a little easier because like the lights at least point you in the direction you're supposed to go. But in the current only lets you go in specific directions. But I'm just so oblivious all the time, and water levels make it so hard for me. Like it makes it so easy for me to get lost.
Yeah, me too. I really struggle with the water levels in anything, even in like Super Mario. Like, all the way back to Super Mario 64. I used to hate that sunken ship level. Oh my goodness. Trying to keep... Oh, yeah. Nope. Nice.
Okay, that's one of my least favorite bosses in this game. He's a bit of a pain.
Is it just a penguin with boxing gloves?
Yeah.
I thought it was a Pokemon.
Okay.
Like Hitmontop.
Right.
Yeah, Hitmontop.
I was like, you sure Pokemon aren't in this game? Because that looks like a Pokemon.
There we go. Here, buddy. We wait for him to run up to us, and we just magic him. And we're done.
Nice.
And here's our friend that we get to revisit, and he's a lot easier, as we will see. I mean, maybe I'll just jinx myself. But, no, see? Easy.
Nah, easy. Oh, a Cyclops.
Zelda and their eyeballs.
Easy. Look at that, Nat. That was so quick.
Thank you.
Awesome, awesome.
Whoop, okay. Yes, that snake was in the way. I'm being so sarcastic today. I apologize.
No, I'm loving the vibes. We're having a good time.
We are! I'm having so much fun.
Chat are having a fab time. And we're raising money for charity. What more could we ask for, huh?
It's brilliant.
This version of Link is just so cute, though.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Oh, okay. That's not what I needed to do. It's fine. There we go. Imagine going slower. Helps. More intentional with your movements. Going slower makes you go faster. Okay, this boy is a little bit annoying. I'm working on getting better at stun locking him. Oh, okay.
Oh, yes.
Oh, and we're back.
No.
We're back to the squid octopus crab thing.
Yep.
This has got to look like a Pokemon as well, hasn't it?
A little bit like a Pokemon, but I feel like this fight is kind of a mix between... So there's a squid in Ocarina of Time that you have to run away from. And there's a squid-like monster in like a lava area in Minish Cap. And I feel like this squid is like a mix in between those two.
Well, that's cool. Imagine if they were like, oh, let's put this and this together.
Not as cool as I wanted that fight to go, but it's fine. We're still okay on arrows. Kinda.
Nice.
I'm just impressed you didn't get stepped on, not one time.
Beautifully done.
Now we get to do this is how you get a boss key. I can only imagine Variety's reaction to this type of puzzle. Not being her favorite.
I just don't really understand how it works. It just goes.
Don't think I do. Yeah.
It just... Like, Nat is just somehow pushing it and it's going in the right direction. But I'm telling you, it'll go in like 6 different directions, depending on how you, like, first interact with it.
It's magic.
Magic. You know.
We're going to start chat off again. We already had Boots with the Fur earlier. Singing along, all of it.
Ooh, badabadoo. Okay, there we go.
Oh, now I get the chant. Oh, I get it.
Nice.
Earlier, everybody was putting Badabadoo into the chat, and I was like, I
Oh.
don't understand, but I'm vibing. This is the vibe. Now I get it.
Wabada.
I don't know what I say. It just says things, and then one day someone actually like wrote out like onomatopoeia, like made the onomatopoeia of what I was saying, and I was just like, oh, I do say that, I guess.
Wabada.
I do like saying fudge nuggets as well. What are other things? I don't know. I used to say bloop a lot, but I don't think I say that anymore as much.
No, I don't hear that as much anymore.
You've just replaced all of your ums with like funny words, and honestly, that's the best way to go about it. That's the best way.
I wish I could say it was intentional, but not really.
I was trying to think of what sound you've got on your channel points or on
yeah.
thing. Isn't it? We're all safe here. Or no, there's one. Oh, I might have to go and have a look. But it's a good one.
Yeah, that one is actually Variety involved as well, where Variety has a certain affinity for the morphs, who are just very annoying to me in in Wind Waker, and I decided very kindly to, while she was in chat, to just kill all the morphs that were like around me, and just went, they're all dead now.
That was it. I was trying to say that one earlier.
That's it, my bad. I kind of combined them, but I feel like I did also evil laugh at that, but they're all dead now. Much to Variety's horror. And yet she still invites me to do these things. Hee
Of course. You're a fabulous runner. What runs have you done for RAF in the past, Nat? Would you like to tell us about the different runs you do?
I have done dog percent, and I have been part of an any percent relay for Breath of the Wild as well. Yeah, and I've done this. Yeah, this is my third RAF to have done, so very grateful to be involved. I also have a few other speedrunning plans where I really want to learn the Subnautica, Subnautica and Below Zero's glitchless any percent runs as well. I mean, the glitched runs seem so cool, but like my brain just cannot compute them. At least without like having that many connections within the communities. Whereas Zelda communities, I do tend to. I have some friends here and there, who can just be like, "Nah, that's silly," or like explain a difficult trick to me.
No amount of money in the world could ever get me to play Subnautica. Okay, I played through Vintage. I'm that way with Resident Evil. I'm playing through Resident Evil. Like no amount of money could ever get me to play. I can't. I think I don't know how to pronounce it. Thalassophobia. I'm not.
Right?
I'm not cool with the open water, and especially like being underneath water and seeing like the big dip. Like even in swimming pools used to really kind of freak me out as a kid, especially like in the YMCA's where it would go deeper and it would have like that weird checkered
like pattern
stuff in the it would freak me out, and then they would be like,
so fascinating,
and I would be like, I want to throw up.
I'm gonna save some of my arrows here.
It's so bad that, like, even when I play games like Minecraft, I have to have certain, like, skins so that I can actually see through the water, because if I swim over a sea temple or something, I'm having a heart attack. Yes, that Hawkeye. That's the one. That's the one. I just can't say the word, but yeah, I don't do well with that. I had a friend that played a game called Inside the Backrooms with me, and there was a particular level toward the end of the game where you just show up and you're in a boat in the middle of the ocean. And
I bet you hated that.
There was windmills everywhere and random houses everywhere. And then you get to a deck, and I was like, I swear, if I have to put on this scuba gear that I see sitting here and we get in that cage, I'm uninstalling the game.
I
What
believe you
happened?
too to do that because you just be like, no, no, no.
No, I was
today.
like, oh heck, giant fish swallowed me. I was like Jonah and the whale.
No, I get it completely because I'm terrified of like open water and like the ocean in general because it's terrifying, isn't it? It's a very powerful, terrifying thing. But even in games, I get the same bacon as well. Like Subnautica, I don't think I could play. I don't think I can do it.
I don't
But I
know why
enjoy watching it.
Subnautica I really enjoy, but I also do know that the devs did not mean to create a horror game. They just created the fish game, and then they're like, "Wait, it's scary." Oh, oops.
Did we all just assume it was?
So like the
horror?
so Below Zero isn't nearly as terrifying. But no, I really enjoy it. I'm actually doing a hardcore mode challenge at the moment. Where that means like you don't get any alerts, and if you die, you die. The file gets deleted. Which has been really fun because I did get 15 hours into a run going to end game and then I died. So yeah, we're back at the beginning. Woo!
Woo!
But it's fun. Everything's fine.
There's this
So
game.
is this going back to the dungeons now?
Yes,
is that where you are at the moment?
We're on the last one. Oh, I did not need to go there.
There's actually this game called Dave the Diver.
I really want to play that.
I've been playing it offline just for fun, and it's great. It's actually kind of helped with my fear of the ocean a little bit because it's like very cute and colorful and super random at times. Like it is the most wild, bizarre game. I thought it was just a fishing game, and it's like you dive into the water as a scuba diver, and you get all this fish, and you run a sushi shop.
Yeah, it's on my list. I really want to play it. It's on my wish list right now on Steam.
I've heard great things about it.
Oh, it is so fun. I've been like, my brother got me this game like in May or something like that and was yelling at me when I went to visit him. Like, I bought you this game for forever ago and you have yet to play it. And I was like, oh, I didn't even realize. So I just went home and started playing it like a couple of days ago. And it's great, actually. So if you're wanting to ever explore the ocean in a game, it's definitely one of those games that you could try that with.
Sounds awesome.
Oops.
Is this a good time for a donation?
Yeah.
Well, Nat, this is a very special donation because it's a donation from yourself. And Veggie.
Okay.
Veggie and Nat donated $30, which takes us up to that $400, which I was very excited to raise. So thank you so much, both, for the donation.
Yay! You're welcome.
You're so magic, you can donate whilst running.
I'm just that good.
Gay, straight or lesbian, by erasure once again. Good luck to all runners. Thank you, Variety, for putting together another great marathon. And that leaves us with the polls at the moment of lesbian in the lead with $254, followed by gay, which is $85, and straight is still lonely with their $1. But we've also got the target, don't forget, for Breath of the Wild, Cook, Eat, the Sheik Slate, and Paraglider. We are very nearly halfway with that. We've got $224 raised out of 500. So, thank you for your kind donation, Veggie and Nat, and taking us up to that $400. That is fantastic. It's fantastic to be here with you all. I'm enjoying myself.
Yay.
So magic, Nat, that you can donate whilst running and not even.
No, I'm just a really talented person, okay? Like what you might see, like why my gameplay is so mediocre is because I'm just doing so many other things at the same time. You know what I mean? So
it's not mediocre. You're fabulous. You're doing a really great job. I'm enjoying watching it.
Thank you. And that's our last instrument. So now we go get to wake up the fish. Well, it's technically a whale, but they call it a windfish. But we get to go Enviro for Clink Clonk. If you happen to have that emote, you can demonstrate to others who are not subbed what that emote is. But it is, alarm clock.
There we go. How close are we edging towards the end now at this point then, Nat?
Depends on how this fight goes. I'm not sure actually. Like at least maybe 5 minutes at most.
Yeah.
I'd say. We just have to warp one way. but I could be off. I do not have a strong estimate on that. But okay. Yeah, I would say 10 minutes at the absolute longest, so.
Yeah, absolutely. No worries. I don't want it to end. I'm enjoying myself, to be honest.
Me too.
And in with Bacon and Nat, chatting about Zelda and life. It's fabulous.
Always.
I love the way you say my name.
Abby, why are you British?
I cannot answer that question. I don't know. Bad luck. No, that's too negative. Good luck.
I like the way that Leanne says my name too, but I think the way that Abby says my name is probably my favorite.
As it should be. I mean, yeah. Leanne was actually supposed to be a commentator alongside Bacon, but she had some medical appointments come up. Although I was going to say it's actually because she dislikes me so much that she changed her mind, but you know, it was medical appointments popped up. So, yeah. But here's our little orchestra that we put together. Which, I mean, if you look at these instruments, it's like kind of
Beautiful.
a unique orchestra situation. I'm sure Variety would have some thoughts on the instrumentation of this orchestra. But, yeah.
Is brass represented? I'm happy if brass are represented. Oh!
Yes.
I guess
There's
that's
a lot of percussion,
Triangle.
honestly.
There's a triangle up there. What do you mean?
The triangle is pretty cool.
Yeah, the triangle, the glockenspiel, and the drums, all percussive instruments. Oh, and the bell. Yeah. Triangle, bell, glockenspiel, and the drum. So,
It's
lots of
not a
percussion.
cowbell. It needs to be a cowbell.
Yes.
Actually, a very deep Nat lore thing is that I have played handbells since I was 10, and I am unironically good at it. But yeah, so I've played it through college and even after college, but not currently since the pandemic, but it is something that I do enjoy, is ringing bells. Okay, got my splits up to tell me what route to go, because as you will see here, it's like, it's impossible to you can't just guess your way through this.
Windfish.
Left.
I did not know that this area was like the Lost Woods.
Yeah, it really is. Wait, I never made that connection. That's amazing.
It was appreciated once I understood what was going on, but I was like, none of these rooms make sense. I just always end up back in this first room, and then I was like, oh wait, I've been here before. Hold up. There's a
I'm back in
pattern.
time.
I just like how you memorized that pattern. You didn't even have to go look. You just knew.
Oh, I mean, I do have my splits up, so that's how I am looking. I will be fully honest. But yes. I'm happy it looks like I'm not looking at anything.
Oh, those eyes are scary. It's ghastly.
No way.
It is ghastly, oh my gosh.
No way.
Oh,
same
thank
brain
God,
cell.
same brain. Same brain.
So that one is always going to be a red, but this is a typical Phantom Gammon thing. Where it's the blue balls. We don't want to get blue balls. In more ways than one. Of course. Ha ha ha. But yeah, we are trying to avoid blue balls, which is like a RNG based thing.
I literally didn't make a joke about you jumping into a butthole because I was like, y'all have been so wholesome this whole time, and then you got a blue ball, and
I don't know what you're talking about. Did I make an innuendo?
Awesome.
Here's our burger boy. Okay. Okay. I'll just do it slow, take it easy.
You're doing a fantastic job at this, by the way, Nat.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Oh, that was bad luck. That he jumped into me there. Okay. Again, some bad luck there. Oh well.
Oh, he's got a big range.
That should be it. Oh, or not. Ooh, I'm gonna be careful here.
I'm just imagining this Ganon on like one of those flag flyer teams, like throwing up the flag.
Yes.
In a football game.
There we go.
Nice. Nat, are you able to vocally tell when to stop time for tech?
Yes, yeah. This is the second to last stage. And
Fabulous.
then, okay, we don't have enough arrows right now. But we're able to use our magic rod, thankfully. Oops, I just wasted no arrows for those. I'm a little nervous here. So we will call time once the cutscene will happen, but then once I walk up the stairs, that is when it's called and goes to black. So you can use a magic rod. It only does half the damage that arrows do, but can be done. I think we're just a couple hits away. I didn't count it. There we go. Okay, so yeah, he's dead, but as soon as we walk upstairs and it goes to black, that is when time is called.
We're getting close.
But yay, Ganon's dead.
So proud. So proud.
And time.
Let's go.
Ooh.
That was absolutely awesome. I really enjoyed that run. I think it's fabulous. Absolutely fantastic. GG Nat. Can we get some GGs in the chat? Oh, they're flooding in already, look.
Oh, thank you.
Flooding in already. That was awesome. And Nat, thank you for bringing this run to the stage today. It's been really fantastic. Do you have any shout outs, any messages for everybody now? Where can people find you? Tell me everything.
Yeah. All right, yeah. So, you can find me at twitch.tv/EnviroNat. I do a lot of first playthroughs. I do speedruns. I do a hot mess of variety goodness. And also some Tetris. I also post videos on Hike with Me and Study with Me, since I am a PhD student, variety. And so you can find that on my YouTube. Also at EnviroNat. Instagram and TikTok at EnviroNat. TikTok, I do reactions or I try to guess what a game is about. Knowing the title, because as we made it clear, I don't know that much about games that people hold near and dear to their hearts. So it is funny to see which communities get really offended by my estimates. Other than that, shout out to my amazing community for coming out here. Especially it's a bit early for our for when I usually stream, but so many dear friends. I really appreciate those who were here vibing, who are chatting, and those who donated. Appreciate you all so much, and I'm so thankful for Bacon and you, Abby, for being here with me, and thank you, Variety, for hosting, Rejects and Friends. Bacon, do you want to give yourself a little shout?
Yeah, sure. You can also find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/baeconic. I normally play a lot of Zelda games. We're in the middle of doing a 100% run of Majora's Mask. I've gotten a little into Sims recently, so if you guys like the cozy Sim streams, we do those on Saturdays. I do a ton of cosplay, ton of SFX makeup, and I do the funnies. So yeah, that's really all that there is about me.